It's going.
Right. Your Honor, the defense calls Terry Bradskull to the stand. Mr. Bradskull, will you please state your name for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Terry Bradskull.
Mr. Bradskull, do you know Jolly Rodgers? How do you know her?
Jolly is my girlfriend.
How long has she been your girlfriend?
Too long.
All right, and since Jolly is your girlfriend, do you also know her sister, Aaron Rodgers?
Yes, I do.
And what about her father, Benny Rodgers? Do you know him?
Yes, I do.
Were you present at Benny's home on January 6, 2011, while a football game between TCU and U of A was being watched?
Yes.
Did you, during that game, notice anything between Jolly and Aaron happening?
Yes.
What was the behavior or attitude between the two?
They were arguing with each other.
What were they arguing about?
About the football game, about a player that was brought in, and just generally argumentative about each person's opposing side.
Had you seen the sisters argue before?
Yes, I have.
And was anybody drinking anything alcoholic during the game?
Yes. Was
that Aaron?
Yes.
Have you seen Aaron drink alcoholic beverages before?
Yes, I have.
And what have you noticed about Erin's behavior, if anything, when she's drinking alcoholic beverages?
Erin tends to get mean.
And was that the same thing that was occurring on January 6, 2011?
Yes, it was.
So was Erin being mean and aggressive on January 6, 2011?
Erin was being very mean and aggressive to Jolly.
Now, did Erin do anything to her father on January 6, 2011?
Yes, she pushed him down to the ground.
Okay, and so he actually went directly to the ground?
Yes, he did.
How old is her father?
80.
Had you witnessed that kind of behavior before between Erin and her older father?
I have.
Was Benny, that's her father, right?
Benny is her father, yes.
Now, was Benny able to defend himself?
No, he wasn't.
He's you said 80s?
He's 80.
All right. Had Erin ever done anything to hurt Benny before?
Yes, Erin treats Benny bad.
Okay. And you've witnessed that personally?
I have.
Has Erin ever hurt Jolly before?
Yes.
Have you witnessed that personally?
Yes.
All right, let me talk to you about January 6, 2011, the day you guys were watching the football game. After Erin pushed Benny down to the ground, what did Jolly do, if anything?
Jolly was very upset that Benny got pushed and started to stand up to Erin.
Okay. And did Jolly stay in the house, or did she leave the house?
Jolly left the house.
When Jolly left the house, what did Erin do?
Erin followed him outside.
Okay. And so Erin left the house following her sister.
Yes.
Now, at that point, Jolly hadn't done anything to Erin, correct?
Correct.
And so Jolly had Jolly hit Erin at that point?
No.
Had she beaten her in any way?
No.
Had she assaulted her in any way?
No.
And although Erin had pushed her elderly father to the ground, Jolly hadn't done anything about that.
No.
And Jolly left the house.
Jolly left the house.
But then Erin chose to leave the house to go after Jolly.
Yes.
When Erin left the house, did she have anything in her hand?
Yes.
What did she have in her hand?
I thought she had a gun, but I believe it turned out to be a knife.
What would make you think that Erin had a gun in her hand?
Erin always carried a gun.
And in this particular case, on January 6, 2011, although it wasn't a gun, you said it was a knife?
Yes, it was.
A sharp knife?
Yes.
I mean, we're not talking a butter knife. It was an actual sharp blade.
No, it was a Bowie knife.
And so when Erin left the house to follow Jolly, she took a knife with her.
Correct.
When Erin was she hurt in the house or outside the house?
Outside of the house.
So Erin was hurt after she chose to leave the house with her hunting knife.
Yes.
Thank you. Pass the witness.
All right, Mr. Bradskull.
Yes.
Is it true in your witness you stated that Jolie was the one who started having an attitude?
Yes.
And is it true in your statement you also noticed that both Erin and Jolie had tempers going on at this point?
Yes, I mean, they had been fired up by the game all night long.
And is it true in your statement you said Jolie was the one who challenged Erin to a fight?
Jolie left the house. Erin went to follow him. But yes, I guess it's Erin. Erin had tried to defend Benny.
And you saw Erin push Benny to the ground, correct?
I did.
And is it true you never saw Erin touch Benny from that point on?
Correct.
So, is it true that you saw Jolie go out to her car?
Yes.
Jolly. Excuse me. And in that time that Jolly went to her car, what was Erin doing?
Erin was looking for a weapon to take out to follow Jolly out.
And is it true that Jolly had gone out to get a softball bat?
You would have to ask Jolly that.
Is it true that Jolly returned to the house with a softball bat?
Jolly never came back into the house.
Is it true that Jolly returned to the front yard of Benny's house with a softball bat?
Yes.
And is it true that you saw Erin retreat back to the porch?
Yes.
And is it true that you saw Jolly continue to hit Erin after she had retreated back to the porch?
Yes.
Is it true that you went out with Jolly after this incident had occurred?
We did. We went out to the Sonic.
And did you discuss the incident that had taken place?
Not really. We just had a Route 44 and a big cheeseburger.
So you didn't ask her any questions?
No, not really.
May I approach the witness? Alright. Can you read this sentence right here?
I asked Jolly how hard she had hit Erin with the bat on a scale of 1 to 10, and Jolly said 20. And seemed to be proud
No,
that...
stop right there, please.
Okay.
Is it true that you stated in your statement that Jolly seemed proud after she told you this?
Yes.
Would you say Erin and Jolly have a sibling rivalry?
Oh, yes. Definitely.
Would it make Jolly proud to have won against her sister?
Objection form calls for speculation.
Alright. Is it true, or did you notice that Erin and Jolly were angry at each other that night? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we're returning from a break with questioning to Mr. Terry Bradskull. Mr. Bradskull, are you aware that this is being recorded?
Yes.
All right. We'll continue where we left off. Did Jolie and Aaron seem angry on the night of January 6, 2011?
Yes.
And did this anger lead to the assault?
Yes.
No further questions.
You're still rolling.
I'm trying to get it off.
Just hit the red button.
I
Or the
am.
power button.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'd like to call Jolly Rodgers to the stand.
Long floating hair.
Miss Rodgers, what is your relationship with Benny Rodgers, if any?
Benny's my father.
And what is your relationship with Aaron Rodgers?
Erin is
if
my
any?
sister.
Where were you on the night of January 6th, 2011?
I was at Benny's house.
Was anyone else with you at Benny's house?
Erin was with me, and my love, the love of my life, what's her name? Terry, and that scum Jonas, who's Erin's boyfriend.
And what were you doing at Benny's house that night?
We were watching football.
What was the conversation of the night as you were watching football?
It was heated. We were, Erin was on one side and I was on the other, and we were just going back and forth. We had a new player that we had on our team that he was calling a scam, and it was upsetting me.
And how did you react to this?
We were just arguing.
Did Aaron make any threats towards you that night?
Erin was always threatening something.
What specifically did she say to you that night?
She was saying that she was going to open up the inside of my head to show me what my brains look like and what color my blood was.
And do you perceive this as a threat?
Yes.
How would you describe your attitude towards Aaron at this point?
I was very upset with Erin.
Were you upset enough to injure her?
No.
What happened during the course of the night? Let me clarify. At any point during the night was Benny injured?
Yes, he was injured by Erin.
How did Aaron injure him?
Erin pushed him down.
How did you perceive this action?
I was very mad. Benny's an old man, and Erin's always abusing Benny.
And this abuse could be threatening to him?
Well, it was threatening to him. Benny can't take much.
Did you stand up for Benny at that point?
Yes, I was very upset. I went outside to go and get some protection for Benny.
What did you grab to protect Benny?
I went out and I got my softball bat out of the back of my truck.